Alright, so we've had a few days to really let this sink in. The Tampa Bay Lightning are your 2021 Stanley Cup champions. Now, people will complain, people will be sad, people will be happy, and whatever feelings you may have. Today, we're going to recap what happened in the Tampa and Montreal series. I'll go over some takeaways I have from the season, the journey that teams have taken to get here, and we'll wrap up the season officially, and we won't do many hockey videos for a time to come. Alright, so before we get started here, let's go over our meme of the week. In Game 4, Dominic Ducharme made some changes to his lineup, with Kulak and Romanov coming in the lineup. Kotkaniemi was out. And of course, everyone knows the Kotkaniemi holding the four fingers up picture, and that's what I mean in this meme. The Canadiens, they didn't get swept, right? That's what this all means. Well, here we go. So let's do a quick recap of what happened in the Tampa Bay and Montreal series. We've updated the numbers, the final numbers. Alright, so Tampa Bay on the power play, 32.4%. Definitely dropped. Montreal did a pretty good job at honestly killing those penalties, those Tampa Bay power plays, for sure. Montreal 18.9% in the power play, definitely an issue in the final few games. Tampa Bay 84.1% on the penalty killing, they were excellent in the final few games to close this one out. Montreal 91.8%, one of the best penalty killing runs I've seen from a team. Especially in the Golden Knights series from Montreal, definitely. Okay, so Tampa Bay, Kucherov, Point, and Stamkos are the leading scorers, top 3 in playoff scoring. Shows how potent their offensive talent is. Of course, Kucherov and Point and Stamkos not the Conn Smythe winners. For Montreal, Nick Suzuki, 16 points, Toffoli, 14 points, Cole Caulfield, 12 points. The offense really dried up late in the series, for sure. Game 4, decent run, 3 goals scored, but nothing above that. Goaltending, Vasilevsky, what can we say? Except year after year, he seems like he's the greatest of all time right now. Well, the greatest of all time in recent history. So not the greatest of all time, but the greatest in recent history. Probably the best goalie in the league in the moment. Of course, he didn't win the Vezina Trophy, which definitely shocked a lot of people. Get it? Shock? Tampa Bay Lightning? Yeah, okay, I'll stop. Alright, so Vasilevsky, Conn Smythe winner. 937 save percentage, 1.9 goals against average. He played great, as he always does. A little shaky in Game 4, but that doesn't matter. He doesn't lose 2 straight games. Carey Price, 13-9, 2.28 goals against average, 924 save percentage. Carey Price, I think, a big reason why Montreal had a chance in this series in the first place. With their lack of scoring, Montreal still kept it close, like in Game 5, a 1-0 game. So definitely a close one. Game 1, 5-1 for Tampa. Habs back for the first time since 1993. Chernak tipped one home early. Price with a huge glove save off Stamkos. Yanni Gourde scored in the second. Price with huge stops. Sherratt scores, deflecting off 2 Tampa players to make it 2-1. Weber denied on a breakaway. Kucherov scoring twice in the third. Scrums late. Gallagher bleeding, as you see in the picture there. Stamkos snaps the penalty killing streak for the Habs at 32 kills. Shots 27-19 for Tampa Bay. In Game 2, 3-1 for Tampa. Bolts getting the first 2 power plays, and the Habs kill them off. Double minor penalty on McDonough. Habs have a 4-on-3. They don't score. Scoreless after 20 minutes. More domination from the Habs early in the second, but Cirelli opened the scoring from the blue line. Suzuki also scores on the power play from a backhander in the blue line. Definitely some weird goals. Blake Coleman scored with less than 1 second remaining in the second. Shot 16-7 Montreal in the second period. Palat scores from a turnover from Edmondson. A 2-0 series lead for Tampa, 43-23 the shots from Montreal. And that showed that Tampa, even when they're outplayed, they can manage to win games. Game 3, 63 for Tampa. Ducharme back as the head coach. Lightning score 152 in as Jan Ruda fires one through a screen. Stahl, delay of game penalty. Hedman squeaks one by Price for a 2-0 lead. A timeout called early by Dominic Ducharme. Big save by Price after that. Philippe Danault. First playoff goal to cut the lead in half after 20 minutes. Shots are 17-12 for Montreal. 2 goals early in the second by Kucherov and Johnson to make it 4-1. Suzuki made it 4-2. A low goal late. Johnson scored in the third. Perry responded late in the wicked shot, top shelf. Coleman, the empty netter, 35-30. The shots from Montreal. A cup in the building for Game 4. Game 4, 3-2 for Montreal. In overtime, Merrill, Gustafson, and Kotkaniemi all come out. Kulak, Romanov, and Evans were in. Shots were 8-0 for Tampa Bay in the first 8 minutes, but Josh Anderson scored on a great pass by Suzuki. Goudreau ties the game up for a rebound late in the second. Third line from Bolts and 2 top 4 defensemen for the Habs, sidelined by penalties in the third, but Romanov gets his first playoff goal and the Habs lead 2-1. Maroon ties it from a great play from Matthew Joseph at 6:12 left. Kucherov hits the post with 2:29 left. That could have ended this series right there. Weber with a double minor high sticking penalty with a minute left. Very tense moments. I was definitely very nervous. Habs kill it as it heads to overtime, and they kill the penalty off in overtime as well. And Anderson gets the overtime winner. Habs fans were happy, and they're going back to Tampa. Game 5, Tampa 14-0 since the 2020 playoffs following a loss coming into this game. Habs 4-0 in elimination games. Power play early for Tampa. Kucherov stopped by Price. Many penalties early. Shots 13-4 in the first from the Lightning. Ross Colton with the only goal of the game. 1-0 game for Tampa. Vasilevsky gets another shutout to close out a series, and Lightning repeat as the Stanley Cup winners. Well, alright, so let's take a look at some pictures here from the Stanley Cup win. Carey Price and Andrei Vasilevsky, 2 dominant goaltenders. Tampa Bay repeating. Patrick Maroon winning his 3rd Stanley Cup in a row. The Canadiens just dejected. Shea Weber dejected. If you saw that TikTok with Brendan Gallagher in it, when he got back home, he saw that he was robbed. His house got robbed, I think. So very sad times for some of the players. And Nikita Kucherov, with his press conference, a little controversial, talking about Habs fans and about the Vezina. Should have went to Vasilevsky. Yeah, we all understand that. I was a little confused when Marc-Andre Fleury took the Vezina, but I know I'm happy for him. But Vasilevsky, I think, was definitely the best goalie in the league right now, I would say. The Montreal Canadiens, they had a run. A painful, difficult run filled with adversity. Proud of them. I was proud of them. A lot of bleeding. A lot of adversity. Their coach, sidelined by COVID-19. Refs. Injuries. Jake Evans, taking a hospital, I think, with a concussion. Like 7 players were injured in the finals. Toffoli, Gallagher, they need surgery. So Carey Price a little injured as well. Difficult run. And before we do continue, I don't have the slide right here, but I'd like to address the death of Matisse Kivlenieks, a freak accident. And I give my condolences to the Kivlenieks family, their loved ones, the Columbus Blue Jackets. I saw some very disgusting things on Twitter on someone who talked to Elvis Merzlikins, and he talked about not playing with fireworks or going to parties. People are hurting in the Blue Jackets organization right now, and chirping them never a good idea. It's not that serious. Hockey is not that serious. When someone loses their lives, that's serious. And whether if it was their fault or not, or if it was just an accident, don't chirp at players personally when they're hurting as well. I think that's the lesson that we have to take from hockey, this hockey season. I've seen a lot of bad stuff happening on social media. The Maple Leafs, of course, their little choke there, and people just chirping the players, blaming the players personally, death threats. It's not that serious. Alright. So people do have to calm down sometimes. I know you're frustrated when your team loses, but we gotta take it down a notch. It's just hockey. It's not that serious. Alright. So takeaways from this week: 41 out of 84 games from 1-goal games. I believe that's actually 42 after I checked it. I believe it's 42, so that means half of the games in the Stanley Cup playoffs are 1-goal games. 27 games went to OT. 1 game shy of the record. Habs coming into Game 5, 4-0 in elimination games. The Lightning 15-0 now, following a loss since the 2020 playoffs. The Lightning core, will they be together next year? Probably not. They have a lot of cap issues, and I know people will not like the Tampa Bay Lightning winning this because they were $18 million over the cap. But let me tell you, a lot of teams are over the cap. I know it's unfair, because $18 million is quite a bit. Kucherov, the ever so convenient injury. He was actually injured. He got surgery. We all saw it. It was an injury. And whether if it was a little cap strategy or not, doesn't matter now. If Tampa Bay were cap compliant, I bet they'd still go far in the playoffs. Tampa Bay does have what it takes. Money doesn't buy everything. It doesn't buy grit, doesn't buy teamwork. Money, it might just buy your food, your entertainment. That's all it buys you. It doesn't really buy you what's inside your own heads. Well, that's going to be the season, folks. We'll see you next year. It's been a good Stanley Cup playoff run. It's been very entertaining. I've been enjoying seeing the crowds back in the arenas. It feels like the world is healing, and that's a great thing. I'm going to talk a little bit about these last year and a half or so. It's been tough. It's been unprecedented with the pandemic going on, and it does feel like the world is healing a little bit. Seeing the crowds back in the arenas, restrictions being lifted across a lot of the world. The Olympics are coming in 2 weeks, and yeah, Tokyo under a state of emergency, all that stuff. no crowd in the Olympics. There's still a while to go. We were talking about the pandemic and all that. There's still a little bit of ways to go before we get out of the woods. But the world is healing, and that's the most important thing. That the world is healing, everyone. It is. And when the world's healing, it's just a great feeling. So I hope the world does continue to heal, for sure. I do hope that the rest of 2021 for you guys and 2022 will be a good time of healing, good time to be healthier and go on with our lives after what has been an incredibly difficult 18 months. And with sports, it will probably only get better from here. We got the expansion draft coming up for hockey and the draft free agency. Lots of stuff to look forward to if you're a hockey fan. Of course, maybe you won't look forward to the Seattle Kraken taking your favorite player from your team. I'll be pretty nervous. In October, I'll go back to watching Canucks hockey, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. So, alright, that's gonna wrap it up for this season. It's been another unprecedented season. The Tampa Bay Lightning are Stanley Cup winners. And we're signing off for this NHL season. I hope you enjoyed all the videos we did. 20-something videos we did. It's been fun. And of course, you saw my Twitter account earlier if you want to talk to me and all that stuff. My Twitter handle is at MACUSIAN12345. That is my Twitter handle if you are interested in talking to me about whatever. Talk to me about life, hockey, any sports, just memes, whatever. If you're watching this, that is. Of course, Twitter is also in the About section of my channel. My channel, I know I've been doing more gaming, but of course hockey also part of my channel during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Gaming videos, probably we won't see those much in the near future, but we'll see. Alright, so for all you hockey fans out there, it's been a great season, and that's going to be it for me. Alright, so until next time, we'll see you later. Take care, have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.